Go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Explode Your Expert Business Show. Today, I'm here with the one and only Caroline Micallef Wragg. How you doing, Caroline?
Hello, I'm absolutely fabulous. Thank you for inviting me to this show today. I'm looking forward to sharing some great things.
It is my pleasure. Now, it's so weird to introduce you as Caroline Micallef Wragg because I've been knowing you as Caroline Beasley since I met you.
Yeah.
And then a few weeks ago, something happened.
Yeah. Bit of a big day, bit of a big wedding day.
A bit of a big wedding day. How was the wedding?
It was absolutely incredible. I felt like a queen. It was a beautiful, beautiful day, and we're very, very happy. So very blessed to be having a second time round being asked to be married. So it's beautiful, just beautiful. So we're very happy.
What was the biggest highlight of the wedding?
I think the biggest highlight was actually arriving in the church and being next to my husband-to-be, being next to Clive, and I was shaking like a leaf and then just grabbing hold of his hand so tight I thought he was going to tell me, oh my God, you're squeezing my hand so tight. But I just wanted to get to him, and just being there and being with all the family and the friends and the celebrations, it was just, the whole thing was absolutely incredible. I wanted to do it all again.
Did you keep him wait or did you arrive on time?
I was on time, but only about 10 minutes.
Okay, that's fine. Because I remember when I got married, Lavalda arrived about 30 minutes late or something like that, because they were doing some photos and taking some pictures, and I was like a wreck. I was super nervous. I was walking up and down. I was like, she coming, she's coming, she flew away. Anyway, we're not here to talk about weddings, but we're here to talk about sales. You're here to talk about marketing.
Yeah.
Now, you had a long career in sales and marketing. That was your background before you started your business. So, tell us a bit more about your background and what led you to do what you're doing right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's a very interesting. How long have we got? I think we've only got a short time.
5 minutes for this.
Oh, well, I've always been in the field of international marketing. My background's in the logistics, transport and logistics, and international freight forwarding industry. So that's what I did for 25 years. And I absolutely loved it. So I was head of marketing communications for big logistics organizations. It took me abroad. It took me all around the country. It was I absolutely loved it. And I came out of that and I worked for a sales company, and I got the taste for selling, and I was very good at it. And I used to go into we were selling all these broadcasting equipment and audio marketing equipment and messages on phones and all of those, and they'd come to me and say, oh, did you do 1 out of 3 today? I say, no, I've sold all 3, and they come to me and say, wow, how do you do? Well, because I approach it from a marketing perspective, and look at it with different eyes. So what happened back in 2009, bit of a sort of a crisis, the recession had hit, and I'd come out of what I was doing, and I took a look around and I totally changed career. I had a bit of what you call an aside, into the health and wellbeing industry. And that sort of transformed my life because it made me look at things with different eyes. And I got involved with a health and wellbeing company, selling natural products, building a team, growing a network of people. And that's where I met my now husband. So we have a laugh and say we met online, but it was in a very different way. So
it wasn't Tinder.
So that was quite funny, but we laugh about the stories, and there's some red wine involved in that, but I won't go there. So moving forward, you have conversations as you do at home about your career and what you want to do, and do you go back into the industry that and because it was a sort of a very difficult time, and I felt I had a lot of learning to do, and I needed to find myself and find my own purpose. So I went back to college and I trained as a holistic therapist, which you might think, what on earth has that got to do with marketing and sales?
Yeah.
But it was sort of within the sort of, I want to help people, and how can I connect helping people, from healthy products to actually physically helping people.
Sure.
But what happened, you can't take the marketing out of a girl, you can't take it out of when it's ingrained into you and you've had such great results. But what happened was I'd created these amazing wellness programs for people, and I attracted a lot of corporate clients that came to me, and they were with me for 2.5 hours, 3 hours. It's like, oh my God, and Clive said, we can't carry on doing that. But what happened was some of these clients actually came to me and said, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have been able to bring on these 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 pound clients. I'm thinking, oh my God, what am I doing? and it was through the consultation process that I was giving them. When we sat down, had a chat, we went through the program, went through the process, even though there was hands-on treatments, I was actually giving them business advice, business support from the experiences that I've got. And it sort of, the word kept coming back, marketing, Caroline marketing. So I invested in coaches, I invested in mentors, and through the process it came out, your marketing, your sales, this, you're not going to be doing that, you don't. I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
What am I going to do? And Simone, it was really bizarre. I never ever thought that I could run my own marketing business. I thought it was something that I had to do when I was employed. I don't know. It was a mindset thing, maybe something stopping me. But the minute I said, yes, I'm going to do it, my Rev Up program was born, and the rest is history. So that's what led me to doing what I'm doing now. And the first client that I took on board 3 months after I launched tripled his income in 3 weeks.
Wow. So what now with this, now we can go, but I have another question before we go into the details. What a fascinating story. I think everyone that is listening that maybe have doubled with, maybe struggled to find their path, or maybe they just went down one direction just to go back full circle. Then they will see themselves in this journey.
Absolutely.
I have another question for you. I know that what we do as well in our spare time, or the other things that we are passionate about, they influence us as human beings, as business owners. For example, I play basketball. It's a huge team sport. That's why GTeX is all about doing things together and getting physically together. And we believe that together we can achieve more than by ourselves. And basketball definitely influenced me a lot. Or there is the music on the side, which is about the creative expression. Is there something that you do on the side that you're really passionate about, that is not business related, but you found that influenced you or is influencing you as a human being?
Yeah, I mean, I am a bit of a workaholic, so it's hard to sort of
same here. We're in the same boat.
Sorry, and I love meeting people. I love connecting people. I'm a bit of a networking queen, so I love getting it out there. But I didn't really have a hobby as such. I love reading, I love listening to things, and I love movies, and I love my mountain bike. And that's something that I like to enjoy, although the past 10 years or so I haven't been very active, but health has definitely been a massive influencer for me, having experienced a few very debilitated health issues that have prevented me from moving forward. It's enabled me to look at things with different eyes, and I would say having time out with family, that's very precious to me. Coming from a Middle Eastern family, Mediterranean lifestyle, we like to get together, we like our food, so it's all geared around that. But just interestingly that you've said that, quite recently, my daughter, who is very active, took me up a mountain at the beginning of May, and that has given me, and I climbed it. I climbed all the way to the top. I did the big scramble, and oh my God, I achieved this. And it's given me a real drive to want to do more walking. So I've actually bought the hiking sticks, I've got my boots, I've got my bike serviced, I've bought a new helmet, and those are the things. I'm walking, and I do a lot of walking. So I have a dog, And we do a lot of walking.
The question I have for you is how, let's talk about maybe the health and the walking. How, what can you, or what do you take maybe from your health background into your business that you normally would not?
No, I mean, my ethos is about healthy you, healthy business. And the way I promote my marketing business is marketing with a difference. And the difference is the holistic elements that I bring into my programs, into the way I work with people. It's very intuitive and it's very health orientated, because we all know without your health, you not only can have decent relationships, but you can't run a business successfully as well. Yeah. So what I've done quite uniquely is combine the two from personal experiences, because I've had to live and breathe my own programs to be able to deliver them authentically so people can see. So the health, time out, meditation, but not so much the meditation, it's more about mindfulness stuff, but walking, being with people, having that time out that gives you the clarity that you can then put back into your business and see the results that people get. So it's very much a holistic solution for business.
I love that. And that's the reason why I was asking this question, because we found that, personally found talking with a lot of people that other backgrounds that we have, they influence massively the way we run our business and our beliefs and the way also we work with our clients. So thank you for giving us this insight into your inner world. Now let's talk marketing. Let's talk marketing. So what have you found in terms of like the marketing word that changed? Let's give it a bit of context now. That changed from when you started to now, because a lot of things.
Wow. It's very different, isn't it? I mean, this is why I approached it from a different perspective. And just before I go into that, I just want to share with everybody that where this all sort of came from. And it came from two words called art and science. And the art is the creativity of you. It's what you create. The science is the systems and processes. And what we do is we combine them together and we apply the hardcore strategic marketing elements to make things work. So when I've looked back at how things were done, and when I used to take journalists overseas to meet CEOs, and when I ran big press conferences and campaigns, and even the golf tournaments, and the different ways that we did the marketing and the communications and the strategic stuff, as well as the hands-on where, you know, designing flyers and brochures and all of this in direct mail, it's changed so much with the digital world. And I think a lot of people have become lost in the digital world. And when I see other marketeers and I look in the background of what they do, it actually says social media, Facebook specialists, LinkedIn specialists. I think, yeah, we need those things, but have you forgotten the hardcore elements of going back to the basics of what real marketing is about? And real marketing is about connecting people to people, connecting people to the right people, but having a plan and having a strategic approach to making that happen. And this is what I do. And I know there's a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon and looking at saying, what can we do that's different? What can we do to make ourselves better known? And this brings me to my motto, which is shine out loud and be seen and heard. And, you know, it goes back to being brought up in a very strict family of, you know, children should be seen, not heard.
And then wearing a red wedding dress.
Oh, well, then, I go against all tradition there, you see. So I am different, but we get results. And the key is getting results in business. And when clients come to me and they say, I don't want to let you go, Caroline, that makes me feel very special, because I know that I'm delivering something that is different, but something that works. But interesting, Simone, something that works for them, because they're all unique. We're not a me too. Yeah. We are all unique, and everybody has a uniqueness about them that is different, and that's why we buy from different people.
Absolutely.
So we look at the strategic elements of, not from, you know, from the underlying marketing that leads to the sales, but also from a buyer's perspective. What is that person, you know, what will make them buy your services and your products? And it's the passion and the drive and the experience and the genuine authenticity. So I go deep down into that.
So let's start from
I've
there.
digressed a bit, sorry.
Yeah, no, let's start from there, because no, is a great point. Is a great point. When you are, in marketing, a lot of people, they confuse the messaging with the distribution channels.
Yes.
And you can learn how to use Facebook, how to use LinkedIn, how to use Instagram, and be great at that.
Yeah.
But if your message is not the right message and you don't connect with people in the right way, it doesn't matter what platform you're going to use, you're going to fail, no matter how good or how many courses you've taken to grow your Instagram profile, for example.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's look at these hardcore strategic pillars. What do you find that are some of the core pillars in terms of marketing that every business owner, no matter where they are, they need to have in place?
Yeah, well, I think, for me, I have 5 essential ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
And my 5 essential ingredients are for sustainable business expansion and growth.
Yeah.
And these start with, believe it or not, health.
Mm-hmm.
Health is the first one. I'm giving away some tips here today.
Go for it. If you don't mind, there is the bell ringing, so we keep it ringing. If you're hearing the recording, these are the things that happen when we are recording.
That's okay. That's okay. So first and foremost, without your health, you can't do anything. So we look at that as a core element. I know you're probably thinking, what has that got to do with strategic marketing? But you can't market to somebody if you're ill, if you have problems, if you have issues. That will show. So we were talking about health being the first thing, and that links to, mindset, outcome, expectations, what you want to achieve in your business, clearing out the clutter. That means even getting rid of clients that don't serve you, setting the scene, and then getting to the core. And a lot of people I talk to and clients don't actually have a pipeline. And they don't have a pipeline. And some people say, what is a pipeline? I say, well, if you want to start making some money or looking at how to market to your clients strategically, you need to look to who is on your database. Who are you talking to? Who are you networking with? So we're looking at that. I think that's a very key activity to focus on. And that's what we all know in the business as low-hanging fruit. We look at who we can talk to right now that potentially could lead to a client, because everything that we do in business has to lead to achieving those connecting with clients, doing business and making that transaction. Mm-hmm. And in a lot of businesses, and I've experienced myself having gone through, cash flow can be a big issue in businesses.
Yep.
And marketing isn't an isolated thing. It is interconnected in every element of your business. So whether it's planning, whether it's financial planning, strategic elements, as we're talking about, your business planning staff, if you have them, connectivity, every single element of your business comes together. And I did a talk once on offensive marketing. Maybe we can talk about that another time. But that looks at different ways of what you can do to make your business turn around. If you're running a big business and you're in a department and you're running a department, but you're in part of a bigger organization, or if you are a small business and consulting and coaching and working with other people in that sense, because we all need to be seen.
Yeah.
So looking at the core elements is really key. I think that is a massive, massive part. And that links to health, because if you're not making the money, believe me, the stress levels will come in. And that's where people start to fall and say, I can't afford your services because why? So they end up in a vicious circle. So investment, I think, is a good one as well. Investment in the right areas to make sure that you move forward. I've got another one called productivity here, which I suppose is my second one. Productivity is an essential ingredient. It's okay talking about things. It's okay having a marketing plan. It's okay having a business plan. But if you don't do the action, you're not going to get the results. So we look at that, and we look at what you can actually do to be more productive. And how I work is I introduce a special unique mapping system. And the mapping system gives visibility, gives clarity. We have great fun when we do these mappings, and it shows the big picture, the figure that you want, and it shows the plan, and then we do the milestone mapping from there. And it really focuses and gives clarity and visibility to the business. So therefore, what comes out of that is a strategic plan, because you actually have the how-tos in making it work. And marketing isn't a difficult science. It's about connecting people to people who want to buy from you.
Yeah.
But what are you doing in between? So that market attractiveness, what are you saying to your people? What are you saying out there? So things like this, we're creating, a video so people can find out a bit more about how we can help them. But if you look within, look at what you're doing, look at, are your services and products serving the right people? Or as you mentioned earlier, Simone, are you doing all this Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram? Is it falling down a black hole and the message being lost and not connecting with the right people? So by doing it this way, we help people to align with the client. So here is the holistic elements of how I work, help them to align with the right clients so that they're not wasting time, they're not wasting resource, and that their investment is well secured. So there's a lot of what you could call the underlying sciences involved in the strategic elements of how I work. And then we have innovation. So innovate, we always have to innovate. And I know you're a great innovator, Simone. Yeah. But, new ideas, new people that you meet, bringing in people, collaborating, joining together. That has got to be something that keeps you vibrant. And people say, what are the strategic elements? But it's all connected. It's all connected. And then inspiration, because we have to be inspired. And who do you inspire, and who are you inspired by? So these are keys. And then finally, I've got here is profit. So if what you're doing doesn't lead to profit, go back to basics, look at the core, look at the strategy. And a strategy means how to do how to do X, Y, Z. It's your activity.
Right.
It's the activity leading to what you're doing, but it's planned, it's structured, and it links in with the infrastructure of your business. And I would certainly recommend to people who want to find out a bit more, to say how I do the sales funnels and the targets and the maps and all of this that connects and actually shows the big visual picture of a company's strategic plan to success. But it's an action, live, living action plan.
Awesome. So let's go back to these 5 points. So number one was the health of the business.
Health, yes.
Then you have the productivity.
Productivity.
Number 3.
Innovation.
Innovation. Number 4.
Inspiration.
Inspiration. Number 5.
Profit.
So I want to go back into some of the, because our listener, there are some people here that I know they are struggling with clarifying their marketing message.
Yes.
So what can you tell them? What advice can you give them if someone comes to you and say, hey, I need to clarify my marketing message? Yeah. What are the elements that we need to consider and to put in place?
I think initially is looking at what they're offering. And look at the clients that they're serving right now, and what are they delivering and what can they do better. So what I would do with them is probably run a marketing analysis with them and discuss and say, what have you been doing? Is this your passion? Are you really, really focused on making your business a success? Because it's interesting, the number of people I speak to, and even some people who are new businesses and some who've been in business for a while, and say, actually, I don't want to be doing this anymore. And they want to change, and through the talking out process, which I suppose is the coaching elements of what I do and the consultation, is to get to the core of what is really important. And quite often, if their message isn't reaching the right people, they're probably not congruent themselves with what they're offering and what they're selling. So we need to get to the underlying reason as to what it is in their message that they're selling and they're sending out. Now, and I've experienced this myself, having gone around the houses to come back to doing what I'm doing. And the minute you click into your true purpose, if what it is that you're delivering, magic happens. It works. So your message doesn't need to be heard by thousands unless you want to do that. It's different, different strategies for different courses. But if you want to reach out to a few people, knowing what income levels you want, the people that you talk to is crucial. So again, back to your pipeline. Who are you talking to? What are you discussing? Are you getting yourself out there meeting people? Are you asking the right questions? And are you finding out more about the other person and their business and how that can align with what you offer and connect with? Yeah. And then you've got referral networks and people that can refer to you. But clarity in a message is quite a biggie, and I do a lot of work on this with people, because there is a lot of confused messages out there. And even I know in the past when people say to me, what is it you actually do, Caroline? And I had to work on my message to get that right. So yeah, it's a big thing, and a lot of us, I think everybody needs help in this periodically to stay on track and to stay focused, so that you are not, first of all, wasting resource, and secondly, you are attracting and clicking in with the right clients that want to buy from you.
So in terms of elements of a message, so you mentioned going back to your current clients,
yes,
going back to your product. What else can we do to clarify the message?
I think you can go out and talk and practice and speak and go to events and discuss with people. You can arrange one-to-ones with people. You could do a survey and ask people. I think GTeX do an amazing launch formula that can help with that. So there's a lot of things that you can do to ask people. If I did this, would this be something of interest to you?
Yeah.
And it's asking the questions and doing the surveys, and also looking within, maybe it's time to review the services that you have within your business. Maybe it's time to review the products that you have. Maybe it's time to let go of a few things if they're not paying, why they're not working. So it's looking at all of these different things as well. But it's all about connecting with the right people. So yes, I would say go back to your clients, talk to them, do a survey, look at what you're actually doing, and do those R's. You plan, do, rinse, review, repeat, all of that in your business to get out of it. Because I think ultimately most people want to leverage their time and have maximize their time, so you can be working with more people but less hours. But the message has got to be congruent.
I think you're definitely on point, because if I think about one of our strap line of GTeX, which is we turn experts into authorities.
Yeah.
And I say, when people ask me, what do you do? I say, I turn experts into authorities. People are like, wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And every time I say, oh, wow, that's really good.
Yeah,
and
it's brilliant.
Like, it took me 5 years. It took me 5 years. It took me 5 years to find 4 words.
That's how it happens.
How did it came is talking to people, listening what people wanted, and then finding their language. What is it they really wanted, and that's where it comes. So don't be afraid on going out there and talking.
Definitely not. And sorry.
No problem. I see you're passionate about this.
I know, I'm very passionate about it all.
I want to now go into the part, because we are towards the end of the interview. So I want to go to the part of lifting the veil, where I'm asking you to share something, maybe a tool or an app or a book, something that is worth sharing, that can make the life or business better of our listeners. So what's that for you?
Well, for me, it's this. I mean, I'm a big reader. I love learning continuously. But one of the authors that it's a book that I'm going to recommend is from the Napoleon Hill Foundation. And Napoleon Hill wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich. But through that book, which is a very interesting book, I recommend it if you haven't read it. Very old book, but very, very good. Is a book called 3 Feet from Gold by Greg Reed and Sharon Lecter, who are still around on the circuit. In fact, I met Greg Reed a couple of months ago in London, and I was very excited to meet him. And that book called 3 Feet from Gold really gave me the drive to never give up. And a lot of people get very close to their dreams and goals and ambitions, and through maybe other people, external sources, other people saying, what are you bothering with that for? But to keep going, because you never know, you could be literally inches away, centimeters away from that goal, that first client. And you know, I had that, I've experienced that myself, and I've had lots of family and friends telling me, go and get a proper job, go and get a real job, go back into the industry. And something inside me said, no, I have a message to share and give to people. And this book is fantastic, and it gives you lots of good other millionaires tips and advice in there to,
so 3 feet
go.
3 feet from gold.
3 feet from
We'll put a
gold.
link in the show notes, guys. Make sure that you check it out and get the book. This is not an affiliate link.
No.
No, it's good for disclaimer, because we need to be transparent in these things. This is not an affiliate link, so you can get it, and it's something that we're doing for you, and giving it out some resources, because we all experience and learn new things, and I'm a bit of a geek. I love to learn what other people find really useful and apply to my life. So this is for you guys. Now, before we wrap up, you are one of our amazing lifetime members. What made you join GTeX? What made you say, okay, I want to be part of GTeX?
GTeX is a 1 in a million. It's an incredible group, and you know, I've personally I've been connected with GTeX for quite some time now, and you know, I didn't get started straight away because obviously I had stuff I needed to do to get myself right, get myself focused and moving forward. But I've always recommended GTeX to everybody. And last year, when 2 of my clients joined the lifetime membership before me, I thought, come on, Caroline, it's about time. All these messages were coming to me. And it was exactly the right time. And I've always recommended GTeX. You know, we've stayed in touch, and you know, I've followed you, and I've introduced people to the membership site, and there's just so much community, so much sharing, so much information and training that you guys provide. It's incredible. It's the best. And you know, I've been to lots of other trainings and other things similar, but I think very importantly to say on this open cast here is the people that you attract, the people, the genuine, authentic business people that really want to help each other and help everybody. So you've nailed it with your Growing Together Exponentially, bringing people together. For me, I get a warm feeling of being supported and helped, and I know that any question isn't a silly question, and anything that we need help, there's the coaches, there's the help, there's the support. And I know how hard you've worked to pull this together, yourself and Ben and the team and everybody, and I've seen it. And who wouldn't want to be part of that? Really? You're crazy if you're not
that's
part of that.
Thank you very wow. I'm so happy right now. Just hearing those words. So if you guys want to learn how can you become a GTeX member, then book a call with our team. The link is here in the show notes. We would love to welcome you in their community. Now it's time to wrap up. Caroline, has been an amazing interview. I love everything you shared about the strategic side and different aspects that we need to consider in terms of the business and our messaging. I'm sure there are people here that are listening and say, I need some more marketing advice. I need to rev up my my marketing. So where can they reach out to you? Where they can connect with you?
Yeah, they can connect to me. I'm on LinkedIn. I think my link is we'll put the link on the
we'll put the link in the comments.
My website is starflowercompany.co.uk. And and I'm going to be running some online group courses as well, starting in July. So if you want to have a chat about that, let me know. But I'm very happy to offer anyone who wants to connect a free marketing analysis of their business on a call. We can do a Zoom, we can do a Skype, we can meet up. That's on me to help you get started. So that's, you know, how I like to work with people, and we usually do a free discovery call anyway before anybody gets started. So that's a way for us to get to know each other, and then you can decide if you feel it's the right thing for you moving forward. And most people just don't want to go away.
They want to have a bit of Caroline magic with them.
They do, yes. Yeah, they do. So,
fantastic.
but I love helping people, and you know, I love to see the success that people get as a result of how they are working and implementing. So one word, implementation. You can't do anything without implementing.
Implementation.
Yes.
Caroline, thank you very much. The links are going to be here in the show notes. Thank you very much, Caroline, for joining our show. It's been a pleasure having you here.
My pleasure.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the show. If you haven't subscribed yet, then subscribe to the show right now, and also send us your questions, because if your question gets picked up as well, you can win a free course. So send me your question at info@gtex.org.uk. So info@gtex.org.uk with your questions, and then we'll answer your question on the show, and we will give you a free course to thank you for your participation. Again, make sure you get in touch with Caroline, subscribe to the podcast, and send us your question. Have a fantastic day, and remember that together we grow exponentially. Bye for now.
Bye.